The Alliance has stopped talking, and the West is quietly repositioned. Let me start by saying this clearly. By the time most people realize what is happening in West Africa, the shift will already be completed. Not because it happened overnight, not because it was hidden, because real geopolitical change, excuse me, does not announce itself in advance. The Alliance of the Sahel States, the AES, has entered a new phase, a phase where action has replaced negotiation. And when that happens, regions do not act or react emotionally. They recalibrate quietly, deliberately, and intentionally. This video is not about rumors. It is not about speculation. It is not about predicting which country moves next. It is about understanding how power shifts before it becomes visible, because that is where real analysis lives. For a long time, the AES was framed as a reaction, a response to sanction, a response to external leverage. That framing was convenient, but it is no longer accurate. What we're seeing now is not a reaction. What we're seeing is a positioning. Positioning happened when actors believe they can sustain themselves over time. Geopolitical relevancy is not guaranteed by recognition. It earned through consistency and durability. You do not need permission to matters. You only need to demonstrate that you cannot be ignored. And that is the phase the AES has entered. If this kind of analysis helps you to understand events before they are explained to you later, take a moment and subscribe. This channel is built for people who want structure, not slogans. One of the most misunderstood signal in politics, especially in the West, is silence. People assume silence means uncertainty, that silence means indecision, that silence means confusion. In reality, silent usually means calculations. When government intend to stay fully aligned with an existing regional order, they speak loud. They reassure partners. They emphasize continuity. But when government begins to reassess option, something changed. Public language tightened. Statement become technical. Interview becomes rare. Meetings move behind closed doors. What increase is not rhetoric, is coordinations. Silent is not neptitude, naturality. Silent is option, preservation. This pattern is not new. Historically, when certain conditions convened at the same time, moments become unavoidable. Let me be very explicit here. Youth pressure combined with economic strain, rising frustration, existing regional reinforcement logics, reduced confidence in external security partnership, active border with the AES states, and public silence pair with quiet policy adjustments. When those conditions align, a system is no longer stable. It has entered what analysts call a pre-decision environment. That does not guarantee an announcement. It does not guarantee an alignment. It does not guarantee immediate change, but it does guarantee motions. And motion in geopolitics is often invisible until it becomes irreversible. If you appreciate analysis that explain why movement happens quietly before it becomes public, subscribe now. This is different between this is the difference between understanding events and reacting to them. Why AES does not need expansion. Now, here is the part many people misunderstood or misunderstand. AES does not need new members to reshape West Africa. It, it does that. It does not need formal expansion. It does not need declaration, and it does not need ceremonies. Its existence alone already alter the regional landscape. It changes how negotiations are conducted. It changes how enforcement is perceived. It changes how government assess their action. Even states that remain formally outside the framework are already adjusting behavior. That is how power works. Power reshape environment simply by being credible. Once recalculation begins, neutrality becomes harder to maintain, not because pressure, but because geometrics. Trade route shifts, security corridors adjust, political legitimacy recalibrate, assumption break down. The next phase will not be announced itself clearly. It will show up as deeper coordination, few public declaration, more decisive internal action, and silence where assurance used to exist. And when something finally breaks, whether it's a policy move or a declaration or an internal shift, it will not be sudden. It will be revealed, not create. Action has replaced negotiation. And once that happens, region do not wait for permission to adjust. If you want analysis before consensus, not after it, subscribe. This channel tracks the movement, not the noise. This is the West Best Media, and my name is Neville Philpotts.